You're not going to believe what I found out today. So welcome to my domain. I got my receipts, and I'm going to tell it from my point of view. So hold one. Let me go get my notes, my drink, and my vest, because we vested up today. To the Cleveland Browns, we are 24 hours before the world knows the misleading, conniving, and falsehoods that you've been putting out about Shedeur is untrue. So what will your response be when Dillon Gabriel gets out there with the New England Patriots and his performance is the worst that the NFL has ever seen before? Cleveland Browns, how is it possible that someone can fumble a player like Shedeur-Sanders? What we will witness and answer for ourselves come Sunday, week 8 of the NFL, it will be a consensus that Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has deliberately been lying to us about Dillon, his qualifications, his talents, and his abilities on an NFL football field. Now, this is not a roast against Dillon, not at all. But the way that he has been propped up and the way that Shedeur has been tore down for whatever reason is really despicable. That if this was a narrative that Cleveland has pushed in order to get more ratings and media attention, this is a disgrace against anyone that loves football, that cares for any NFL player, because if it can happen to Shedeur, who is it going to happen to in the future? I have never paid so much attention to football in my life except for 2025. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been following football ever since I was a small girl in Georgia. I love football. My first experience with football was flag football in the front yard. So I love football. I've been following football all of my life, but I have never been so involved in football until this very year at this magnitude. Is this what the NFL has really been doing to its players? Now, once it comes out that the narrative that Kevin Stefanski has been pushing out through the media about Shedeur-Sanders since April 2025, every narrative that goes forth from this year, we can legitimately question it because how the Cleveland Browns have handled this situation regarding Shedeur-Sanders. They have told us from the beginning, doing rookie mini camp or OTAs or team practice, that it was 4 quarterbacks, and Shedeur-Sanders, quote unquote, was QB4. Joe Flacco was 1. Kenny Pickett was number 2. Dillon Gabriel, round 3 pick, was number 3. Shedeur-Sanders, because he was round 5, he had to be QB4, despite the fact that he won all of the quarterback competitions during those periods. And how do we know that? It's because Cleveland Browns, they publicized it on a daily basis, a QB tracking competition tracking. We didn't do this to them. They did it to themselves. Kevin Stefanski is the one that stated that this was a quarterback competition. Even though Shedeur won and it was highly publicized, he still was not able, even then, to get QB1 reps. If we can recall, and everyone, please let the NFL know that we do not have short-term memory. We remember that Shedeur-Sanders had to play preseason game 1 against the Carolina Panthers because Joe Flacco, Kevin Stefanski wouldn't put him out there due to a possible risk of injury. Kenny Pickett had a hamstring injury. Dillon Gabriel, ironically, had a hamstring injury. So the only one that could play was Shedeur. And at that time, we knew something was wrong because we started scratching our head away. How is Shedeur going to play without any first-team reps? Mind you, This is what the narrative that they had put out. We're talking about the same Cleveland. The same Cleveland that the world will be watching the next 24 hours when they go to play the New England Patriots. Cleveland is the one that put Shedeur out there, also publicized that he was not getting first team reps. But guess what Shedeur did? Because he's such a talented quarterback, he was able to get out on that field, and he actually got a win against the Carolina Panthers. We got a win from that game. And Shedeur Sanders did it without any practice, without any first team reps, but he did know the playbook. So how can we, hey, let's rewind. Remember, this whole entire time, the narrative has been that Shedeur Sanders have not been able to read a playbook. How is that even possible when Deionsanders is his father? Deionsanders is an NFL Hall of Famer. Let's just not mention and let's not forget who was Shedeur's mentor before Jackson State, before Colorado. And I'm pretty sure he still had some type of relationship with Tom Brady. So how can Shedeur Sanders not be able to play nor read a playbook? If this is true, that means that Tom Brady is not the GREAT. Because if this was the truth, Tom Brady would have been able to take her under his wings at a younger age and teach him them things. Teach him these things, especially when he knows that Shedeur, this is his dream. Shedeur Sanders will start November 9th. That would be his first official NFL game. Dillon Gabriel going against the Patriots. As I stated earlier, this is not the Miami Dolphins. This is not the Miami Dolphins. So I wish you the best, Dillon. I hope Kevin just stated this week that you are the only one getting first team reps. I don't know what the difference is going to be because you've been getting first team reps even when Joe Flacco was there. You're not listening to someone that has not been following this story since the beginning. So I remember all the details. NFL, Kevin Stefanski, we do not have short-term memory. And Kevin, I got a video that I'm definitely going to showcase after the Cleveland Browns game against the New England Patriots about what you said about Shedeur before the draft. And it's definitely different from the narrative that you have been pushing out since the draft. So Kevin Stefanski, I got a big receipt, and I'm going to post it here. It's probably been circulated, but guess what? It's going to be the first time on this channel because we stay vested up, and I am a CU auntie, and I have taken grave concern about how you've been handling Shedeur Sanders. And don't get me wrong, it's not just because he's Shedeur Sanders. It's because I don't want to see another player goes through this in 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. Because, hey, it's football, right? The best sport in the world. But is this what's been going on for all of these years? Is this what we didn't know what was going on behind closed doors? That teams are coming up with narratives to degrade players? But Kevin, 24 hours from now, everyone will know what Shedeur Sanders fans have always known. Even Shedeur Sanders haters know who he is as a player. And this narrative that you're putting out and these actions that these I don't even know how Shedeur keeps a smile on his face, but hey, he is Shedeur. But these narratives that you haven't put out, wow. Let's see what happens Sunday during the game and post game. Bye-bye, Kevin.
Well, I'm going to sit this one out. G-Bush, you got more receipts? I thought you only give us one. You got multiple today? Oh, I told you. Oh, I told you this ain't for everybody. I know the numbers might be a little low today, but they're gonna catch it on tape. This is a gentleman's 30. You guys, when you catch this, like it's like Great Hill Deluxe. When you catch this on film, it's gonna look worse. When on the video on demand, when this come out, this is 30. That's a 30 right here. Let me show you this.
Shout out, G. Bush.
Let's start with this. Is there any issue with the backup not getting first team snaps when Dylan Gabriel's your starter?
I thought that Kevin Stefanski said earlier in the year that he is focused on the development of all of his young quarterbacks. Isn't that what he said? He was focused on the development of Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeursanders. That's what he got us. And now we're at the place where you're not going to get Shedeur reps. You're not going to prepare him for the games, knowing that he could be the number 2 quarterback, knowing that he's one hit away from going in. How does that make sense?
What's normal
From a readiness standpoint? How does that make sense? Usually a backup quarterback will get 15 to 20% of the reps in practice with the first team.
First team? Okay.